About 8:20 this morning, fire department was alerted to a possible train derailment or train incident at the Union Station. It was at 200 South Canal. We arrived on scene there. We contacted Metra authorities at the time. We found out that the actual location was here between Polk and Harrison. That caused for a little bit of confusion, and obviously the location of the incident, which was in a tube, or we call it a tube, it was underneath the post office building. That caused for us a little bit of a delay to get to the actual trains itself. We had a Metra train northbound, we had an Amtrak train southbound. At some point they came in contact with each other. Some kind of area where there's a turn in the tracks. There was 11 passenger cars and one locomotive with the Metra train. When the accident occurred, obviously the jolt sent people kind of moving forward at a rapid speed. We had a total of 12 injuries here. The damage is not that significant. However, the nature of the incident, the location of the incident, our fire dispatch automatically escalated the alarm to a stolen box alarm and a Plan 1, EMS Plan 1. The first chief on the scene escalated the EMS response to an EMS Plan 2. So we had a total of, I'll let Mark talk about the EMS totals. Fire company-wise, we had about 10 fire companies. We had between 50 and 75 members, personnel from the fire side. We assisted hundreds of people off the train, at the same time assisted EMS with the movement of the equipment, because obviously the walk down there was about a 4-block walk to get to where we had to be. So I'll turn it over to Mark. He'll talk a little bit more about the EMS transports.
Good morning. The passengers who self-evacuated did a tremendous job. They were all calm and they were walking away and they were telling us that everything was fine with them. We transported 12 patients who complained of injuries. None of the injuries appear to be life-threatening at this time, and we responded 14 ambulances to this location.
So can you give us a little bit about, we heard about a pregnant woman, if you could just step forward just a little bit. Can you give us an indication of some of the natures of the injuries in terms of what happened?
The natures of the injuries were neck and back pain and contusions, possibly some broken ribs on one patient.
And what about a pregnant woman?
Pregnant woman appeared to be stable, but she was obviously pregnant and doing very well.
I guess I heard her maybe there was more than one pregnant woman. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Was there anyone on the Amtrak train or just the Metra train?
I'm not sure.
Just the Metra? Okay.
So can you give us an indication, were there people that you actually were so hurt you actually had to take off the train, or were they off the train and then you transported, or you've got them on stretchers? Because we saw quite a few through here.
We spinally mobilized patients who presented to us complaining of head and neck pain, which is part of our protocol, to avoid any further injury.
So, but they remained on the train, they were so hurt?
They were on the train and immobilized in place and then carried to the ambulances, that's correct.
Can you describe what it looks like on the train, if there's broken glass or seats torn up, or, you mentioned that people got thrown. I mean, did they get like jerked in their seat, or were they thrown across the car?
It was not a lot of significant damage inside the train.
Was there broken glass?
I didn't notice any.
Could you see visually, did it appear to be a side swipe or
We'll let Metra talk
in the
about
front?
that in Amtrak.
Did you see any broken glass though?
I didn't notice any.
Can you talk at all about the damage?
Colors of the injuries? What were the colors of the 12 injuries?
There were 11 yellow and 1 red.
Can you talk about the damage at all, just visually? What did you see?
Not at this time. I can't make a comment on that.
Can you tell who appears to be at fault?
It's under,
You know better than that.
No, let me focus back on the injury.
Currently under
Again, who
investigation.
was on the? There had to be someone on the Amtrak train. Was it just the engineer? Just the
one
crew.
person that I know for sure.
One person.
You can ask. You're gonna have to ask Amtrak.
And then what about the person that was taken out last? Was that a conductor or engineer from the Metra train? Was anyone?
Don't have that information.
And this is it's actually under the post office, so it's in a tunnel. Can you kind of describe like?
Right, I mean,
The old post office.
it's like going under an underpass. I mean, the location's right there.
That goes in a couple blocks.
Well, the train is right there at the edge there. It's probably about a 4-block walk.
Is it really dark back down there?
We had enough visibility to do our job. We weren't hampered by visibility at all.
Can I
question.
About the engine. I forgot what it was.
See?
No, but if you can just tell us, given what you saw of the situation and the number of people hurt, how would you assess how lucky the passengers or not lucky they were on the train considering what happened? And if you could step up to the microphone for the answer.
We don't discuss a lot. We're not gonna do that.
Well, could you just review once again how much of an obstacle to your response was the location where the accident took place?
Well, whenever we get a location and we go to that location and the incident is not actually there, it automatically is confusing too. Very quickly we found a Metra rep. I personally went into their control room. We established exactly the location. We reestablished and repositioned our resources, which happened to be right here, and the ramp was right here. It couldn't have worked out any better for us working with the Metra Police.
So it was not a significant delay.
Well, with traffic concerns, once we got to Union Station, traffic was locked up there. So was there a traffic concern? Sure, we had to get everybody out of there and back to this location.
Okay, thank you.